So,
And
Mayor
that's
Clark, I just got to be specific here, right here on INA. As it relates to the public comment time or times that are not disruptive of the meeting, can we, the people, clap?
if we the people can do it decently and in order, fine.
The problem is that you get to decide what's decent, what's in order, what you like, what you don't, when it's okay, when it's not. Dictator. That's the problem with that. You're like making up rules based on your feels. Hey y'all, it's your girl J9 Eve. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, get into the comments. Let me know what you think about this. Okay, really get in there and tell me, is this man a dictator or no? This right here is the mayor of Harvey, which is Tiffany's neighbor, so to speak, and they're sharing a lot of similar traits. They got a lot in common, okay? And so this is somewhat of a part 2 of Jedediah did a interview with the mayor of Harvey, Christopher Clark. Him basically kind of running his meetings as one would say a dictator. Odd thing apparently it's a big thing. You can't clap in his meetings. If you clap at all, you will be physically removed the meeting. Like in the audience, something happens and you're happy, you cannot clap. And Jedediah is going to address it and try to get him to okay them being able to clap. And I just think it's funny because then another caller is going to call in and actually give him what is called the business. So we're gonna entertain ourselves with the dictator who says you can't clap in here unless of course it's for me, of course, and then I'm sure I'll be just fine with that. I'm sure we can find some footage or something of him saying something and somebody being happy about it and clapping and him being just fine. Just like Tiffany, okay? All right, let's hop in.
Okay, I see somebody on here talking about clapping.
That's right.
Okay. So, all right, what y'all want to do about that? Tell you what, because I don't even know what people saying. So, but
and it's not, he don't know what they're saying, but he's shaking his head when they say all they said was clapping, and he's like, yeah. And what you gonna do about it? But I don't know what y'all talking about though, sir. All she said was clapping. All he said they're talking about clapping. You go, and what you gonna do about it? But I don't know what they're talking about though.
Once again, the issue is here, everybody. I see you laughing, so I hope you're laughing at something funny. But
and we clap.
The issue here is, and you know what? We got a meeting on the 9th.
June 9th.
Okay. So we're gonna run, I guess, a clapping experiment or something like that. Because the thing about it is, if the clapping starts to get in the way of the business, is when it becomes disruptive. Okay.
Yeah, the problem is what he considers to be getting in the way of the business is basically agitating him. If you make him feel like less of a king, then that's stopping him from moving on and talking about other things because he's so busy in his feels. I think that's what he means. Is that what you mean, sir? No? Yes? Okay.
And if it's not getting in the way of the business, I mean, fine. So you like something, yay. You don't like something, yeah, oh, boo. Well, I guess you can boo too. But the bottom line is, you can't be disruptive.
So, Mayor Clark, I just got to be specific here, right here on INA. As it relates to the public comment time or times that are not disruptive of the meeting, can we, the people, clap?
If we, the people, can do it decently and in order, fine.
The problem is that you get to decide what's decent, what's in order, what you like, what you don't, when it's okay, when it's not. Dictator. That's the problem with that. You're like making up rules based on your feels. Your feelings don't matter, sir. You do not. No, your feelings don't matter. They don't. They just don't matter. Not in this job. In your house, sure. In this room where you are, this is your job. No, your feelings don't matter. Okay. If you feel like you need to leave, resign. If you feel like you want to still work here, then your feelings don't matter. They just don't. They don't have anything to do with the business. Okay.
Well, no, I ain't gonna say that. I was gonna say act like you in church.
You said not disruptive. I heard you, and I understood it.
Yeah, if it can be done decently and in order, like I said, the issue is that we're clapping like we're in a high school graduation. That's my baby. I love.
Because it's against him. That's what he means. Don't. Oh my God.
This is not the place for that.
Well, if somebody is saying something that's really inspiring them because they whooping your tail, people gonna want to clap. You gotta let them clap.
Yeah, I got you. Man, look,
politicians gotta get their butts kicked.
Look here, my skin is not that thin. I got
Okay.
thick skin. Like I said,
Prove it. Let us clap. Let
I
us
just
clap.
told you I was a steel worker.
I'm just playing. Go ahead.
Is that a real laugh? I don't know what that is. That is the craziest thing that started. I don't know.
Give up the no clapping. You will make me a happy man if you tell us that as long as it's not disruptive, we can clap in
As long,
heartbeats.
okay, well, you know what? Then let us build a bridge to better relationships. And
Mhm.
yes, I can agree with that.
Un-
Let us build a bridge. There we go. First clap right there.
He full of shit though. He full of shit though. Cause he gave himself this stipulation. He's like, sure, I'll let him clap. Unless it's interrupting. The problem is again, what does he determine as interrupting? When it's negative about him, when they're clapping about his downfall, when they're clapping because he fucked up, when they're laughing because he made a mistake, because he pronounced the word wrong. Like when they all gotta get out because he's in his feels. He's treating this like this is his man cave. It's not. It's not his man cave. It just ain't.
Mayor Clark, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like since I've started communicating with you, I did call you when this arrest happened. I did call you with things that I felt I was concerned about. You have responded. And for that reason and reason alone, I want to tell you that I appreciate you and I'm excited to see the truth about things beyond the emotionalism and the rhetoric. And I do want to say that my perspective of you is simply this, is that you are anal. It doesn't make you a bad person, but it can make you misunderstood. You
I
are
like you methodical more so, but okay, if that's what you want to.
Sir, you are anal. Jedediah is not lying. You are anal. You are anal. You are. That's what like yeah, y'all gonna be in here. It's gotta be exactly this way. You can't do that way. There's no room to move. There's no room to change. There's no room to alter. There's no consideration for the fact that others have their other thoughts, other feelings, other habits. It's all has to be just what you want, the way you want it when it's around you. Anal. You are very, very anal. Now, you may not like to hear that. Okay.
okay. But I think that there is room here if both sides, and this is to the public, y'all are looking at a man who has stood up against every single politicianal level there. That ain't even a word. Political level there is.
Okay. So now he's blowing flowery smoke up his ass right now. So now what we're gonna do? I'm gonna take you fast forward a little bit to the moment when the caller comes in and basically gives, this mayor the business. Like who do you think you are, essentially? Okay.
You got the floor, caller, and you're not a local. Go ahead.
No, I'm not. Jedediah, how are you this evening?
What am?
Last time you spoke, you laughed us off the air. It was a really fun night that night. So it's good to talk to you again. Chris Clark. I don't even know. I have so many questions for you. I don't even know where to begin.
You're only getting one.
Let me just. I only get one, Jed.
There's 30
Okay.
people.
Well,
now there's 35, and I can't even get to them.
Oh my God. Okay. So all right, I got you. I just want to address just one stipulation that you said in tonight's commentary about clapping. You seem to come off as a narcissist.
Yes.
Most people would say that maybe you're a narcissist, or like Jed said, you're anal, and that's fine. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. But you don't come with a servant's heart. At least you don't appear that way in your meetings. You wanted to be totalitarian. Why should the people in that city have to bargain for you tonight or any other night to clap in a meeting, in a building paid for by the taxpayers? That's their right to do that. And I don't understand. I don't know if it's a power trip or where you get it from. I mean, you're a lawyer, so you know what their rights are. So
Yeah. Well, he's supposed to know what the rights are. You would think that the police knew the laws also, but they damn sure don't. People are constantly teaching the police what the laws are. Civilians are always doing that. That's just crazy. You would think that he knows. But you assuming that he's a good lawyer? I mean, because there's a lot of people who are good at law because they're good shit talkers, not because of what they know. They just know enough to get by, and they're really good talkers, and they're charming and shit like that. And so they can get by, but they don't They're not great with the actual law itself.
So why does anyone need to bargain for that?
Yeah,
And you
why?
seem to do that with the councilwoman. You seem to do that with other people that are holding you accountable for the choices and the decisions that you made in that administration. And it's very easy for us to look at it and see who's for you and who's not. And the people that are not seemingly catch the most tail in those meetings. And that night, that meeting occurred with that councilwoman when she was arrested. I saw that meeting that night. I know she wanted to go over whatever the topic was that night, and you didn't want to hear it. So you did get someone that just to cut off the conversation. And then things blew up. They have a right to be there. They have a right to question you. And I hope going forward, if you're working with Jed, if you're trying to get, a conversation.
Let me know if you think that he is listening, and absorbing any of this and taking into consideration any of this, or if he's just already heard a piece that he's waiting to respond to, and now he's just waiting to respond. I'm not a fan of humans, period. I don't know if you know this, if you're new to the channel, I'm not a fan of the humans. The humans are very strange to me, but this is look at this.
Between you and the residents, that you approach it with a servant's heart because you're there to work for them. They're not there to work for you.
Exactly.
And that's missing in a lot of your meetings.
Yeah, they're paying your salary, you piece of shit. That's what she's saying. They're paying your salary. Okay, you don't get no money if they don't pay no money. They are paying your salary. And look how you looking. Who you think you intimidating, staring at your own? All you looking at is your own camera, dumbass. Like, that's all you. I'm going to stare a hole in this camera. Going to know who the boss when I'm done. Like, what is you doing? Like, what?
And I hope something positive comes of this. Good job tonight, Jed, and I'll wait to hear your answer. But please, sir, do better. I've never seen mayor like you and Tiffany. And it doesn't look good at all.
Yeah, you don't want to be boxed into a box with Tiffany Henyard. You don't want that in your life, okay? That's not a compliment at all. Like at all. Not even a little bit. Not to mention, this man tried to become a super mayor. The reason I say this is because he was actually applying to, like, he was in the running for that Thornton Township supervisor position as Tiffany was losing hers. He was applying to try to get that. He was in the running to try to get that, even though he said that he was not going to run for that position. But that was a fucking lie. He was trying to be a super mayor. Like Tiffany, he wanted to be the next super mayor. So maybe we should start calling him that so that he can feel better about himself and stop being a fucking bully. Now let's see. Put a 1. Let me know in the chat if you believe that he is, in the comment section, if you think that his response to this will be one of positivity and consideration and understanding and humbleness and and all the things that it definitely won't be. And or let me know if you think that he's going to give off the asshole-ish answer of, you can't tell me what to do. I'm king, and that's what that is. Okay? Put it in the comments. Let me know if you was right or not.
It doesn't look good at all.
Mayor Clark?
I will agree.
Oh.
It doesn't look good.
Hold on. She says she was...
No, see, look, Clark, look. Jedediah gonna get ahead of himself. He's like, oh, he's agreeing. No, nope, just wait.
She's gonna stick around, then she left. That got good, girl. Come back. All right, go ahead, man, Clark. She got you. What's up?
I will, to a certain degree, I will agree. It doesn't look good. Which is one of the reasons why, but once again, but if somebody's trying to fix the problem, that in and of itself is progress as far as I'm concerned. I've been called worse things than being called a narcissist.
Yeah, you've been compared to Tiffany Henyard. They don't get no worse than that.
I think it's a very inaccurate description, but okay, everybody has a right to their opinion. As far as the meetings are concerned, you don't have to negotiate that, but there's certain things that you can't do in the people's house.
Here we
You
go.
can't do it.
Here we go. Can't do it in the people's house. In the people's house. It's the people's house. There's certain things you shouldn't be able to do in the people's house. But it's the people's house. It's their house. Okay?
Do it in the White House. You can't do it in the halls.
See how he immediately compares his little spot where he work at to the White House? You are not the president. You are not. You're just not. You're not a king. You're not the president.
Congress. You can't go to the state capitol and be in the galley as they're down in the Senate or in the House and decide that you just want to say what you want to say or talk.
I'm sorry, but yes, they do. They do. They say the craziest shit in there. Indeed, they do. In the Congress and stuff, they step forward and they say everything they want to fucking say. You is lying, honey. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's where they do get to say the stuff. The people who are in there, they get to say, they get to say the stuff. They get to say whatever the fuck they want.
Talk when they want to talk or do whatever it is you want to do. And they will remove you. I think one of the difficulties it reminds me of what's his name? Malcolm X. That's too much power for one black man. That type.
Look at that. It always turns into that. It always turns into that. It's like the weirdest thing. It's like you never know when to use these things because this is like it's always gonna be that no matter what. It's like it could just be you being a dick. It could just be that. You like, oh, they just don't like me because you sound exactly like Tiffany. It's because I'm a black man. That's why they don't want me here. They don't want to listen to me. They don't want me to be able, I shouldn't be able to kick them out and have one lady be dragged out by 6 men. I shouldn't be able to do that because I'm a black man. No, asshole. It's because of asshole. That's why I hate that. I hate that for you. I hate that for whoever got to look at you. Okay? Jesus, what? That is so crazy. Oh my God, no, Mr. Black man should have that much power. Much power to what? Like putting people out of a room? It just shows that what that makes him feel powerful when he does it. And say, I have this much power. I have the power to remove you from a room.
Type of thing. I mean, it's not really, I don't get a kick out of it.
Oh, you don't?
I just want to take care of the business.
Oh, yeah.
And so
sure.
I do agree to a certain extent. And that's why I'm here trying to figure out how can we fix this and how can we work together?
Sir, I'm not buying what you're trying to put out. Okay, he's still full of shit. When they come in there and they say and they be clapping, he's gonna be like, if it's in his favor, he gonna be cool with it. He gonna be like, see how clapping is fine because it's for him. But then when it's not for him, okay, when they clapping for somebody who's giving him the business, it's gonna be too much, and you is disrupting the meeting, and you can't be doing that. It's gonna be that, right, Chris? Right, Chris? Chris said he don't like to be called Chris because he's mayor. He's the mayor. Okay, he's the I should be called Mayor Chris, Mayor Christopher Clark. Okay, but then he also says, I'm just a regular old guy. I'm just Chris. Like just I like people to be looking at me like I'm something else. I'm just Chris. And then somebody call him Chris, he'd be like, show some respect. Put some respect on my name. Yeah, no. Absolutely not, sir. That was in part 1 of this, but I posted a few days ago. This man is a contradiction in and of itself. He need to just go sit down. The energy is given very small.
We are going to start a public works committee. Okay, it'll be a civil committee because even though, once again, things have gotten better with public works, even though things have gotten better overall as far as grass and dumping and the city looks cleaner than what it looks, I want people to be able to understand exactly what goes on in public works and what it takes. And when they see that, say, for instance, the grass isn't cut over here, okay, well, help us to figure out a way to get it cut. Help us to figure out a way to come up with the funds in order to do the things that you need to do. Because when you start to join, and I'm going to create more committees, what I'm saying? And I don't just want to see, just the same old. I want to see other Harvey residents with ideas to come forth, and not just ideas, but solutions to come forth.
I'm sorry, then what's your job? What's your job? To tell people when they can't come inside of a building? So you play more of a security role then, right? You just watching the door? You taking a cover at the door as the people come in to do your job? Okay. Oh my God. Yeah, I want y'all, I challenge you guys, even though I'm the one getting paid to do it. I challenge you guys to come in and, figure out where we can get money for stuff, figure out what kind of stuff we should have, do all the stuff that is, all the things that I should be doing. I want y'all to just come in. I'll make a committee. It's going to be voluntarily, of course, because pay for me, none for you, There's that part for me. Do your job, sir. Stop trying to figure out how you can get somebody else to do your job. You don't mind putting people out of meetings. Oh, you just fine with that part of your job, though, right? You just fine with that. I want y'all to come in and y'all do the stuff. Is you going to pay me or no? No, I didn't think so. Yeah, share that paycheck. Oh, you don't want nothing to do with that, huh? I don't like you, sir. I don't know if it's obvious yet, but I don't like you. I don't trust you. I know shiesty eyes when I see shiesty eyes, and I ain't never gonna doubt myself enough to pretend that I don't see shiesty eyes when I look at you, because that's what they are. They just are. That's just how I feel. Okay, y'all behave, because I'm not gonna do it. Absolutely not. No. If you made it this far, lucky number 7. Okay, in the comments. Mama love you. Yes, you do. Ooh, peace.